The Power of Consistency, Part 1. The hidden secret to extraordinary progress, the quiet force that builds giants. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to achieve incredible things while others, with equal or even greater talent, remain stuck in the same place for years? It's not always about genius, luck, or opportunity. In fact, one of the most underestimated and overlooked ingredients of success is consistency. Consistency doesn't look glamorous. It's not loud or flashy. It's the quiet, daily decision to show up, to try, to move forward even if the steps are small. It's the force that turns ordinary habits into extraordinary results. While motivation gets you started, consistency keeps you going. This is the story of that quiet power. This is the truth about how small, steady actions done again and again can reshape your life, your skills, and your future. Chapter 1. The Myth of Sudden Success. Let's start by breaking a myth. Success is not sudden. We often see the highlight reel, someone's big win, their viral video, best-selling book, or perfect physique, and we think, wow, they're lucky, or they must be gifted. What we don't see is the mountain of effort underneath that success. The AM mornings, the nights filled with doubts, the times they wanted to give up, but didn't. That's where consistency lives. In the quiet spaces where no one is watching. Let me tell you about Aria. Aria always dreamed of being a writer. She had ideas bursting in her mind, but she never finished anything. Her laptop was full of half-written stories. Every new year, she promised herself, "This is the year I'll write my book." But by February, life would take over. Work got busy, she got tired, and the dream stayed just that, a dream. Until one day, she tried something different. She didn't set a big goal. No pressure to write a novel. She made a simple rule. Write 500 words a day. That's it. Even if it was terrible, even if she was tired, just 500 words. Some days she wrote more, some days she struggled, but she didn't stop. 1 year later, she had written over 180,000 words more than 2 full-length books. What changed? Not her talent, not her ideas, just one thing: consistency. Chapter 2. The compound effect of tiny steps. The magic of consistency lies in a concept called the compound effect. Think of it like this. A single drop of water is tiny, but over time, those drops can fill an ocean. Imagine this. If you improved by just 1% every day, in 1 year, you wouldn't just be 365% better. Due to compounding, you'd be nearly 38 times better than when you started. Let's take a real-life example. Liam, a young man trying to lose weight, had failed every diet. He would go extreme no sugar, intense workouts, strict rules, but within weeks, he'd burn out and quit. Then he made a new plan. No more extremes. He simply walked 30 minutes a day and replaced soda with water. That's it. It didn't feel like much. But after 6 months, he had lost 18 pounds. The results weren't instant, but they were real. That's the power of tiny steps when done consistently. They don't just add up, they multiply. Chapter 3. Habits over hype. We live in a world obsessed with motivation. You see it everywhere. Get motivated. Stay inspired. But motivation is like a firework, bright and beautiful, but it fades fast. Consistency, on the other hand, is like a candle. It may burn slower, but it lasts. It's not about doing amazing things once in a while. It's about doing simple things every day. Here's a secret. Successful people aren't always the most motivated. They just build systems. They create routines and stick to them. Look at Serena, a woman who wanted to learn English. She didn't have time for expensive classes or long study hours, so she committed to 15 minutes a day just reading, listening, or practicing. She tracked her progress on a calendar. Every day she studied, she marked an X after a few weeks. She had a chain of X's, and she didn't want to break it. That visual reminder kept her going. 6 months later, she was confidently holding conversations in English, not because she studied for hours, because she was consistent. Chapter 4. How to build consistency in real life. So how can you build consistency into your life? It's not about being perfect. It's about being prepared and persistent. Here are some powerful strategies. 1. Start small. Don't try to change everything at once. Choose one small habit. Want to get fit? Start with 10 push-ups a day. Want to read more? Try 5 pages a night. Small goals are easier to stick with. 2. Make it daily. Daily habits build momentum. The more often you do something, the faster it becomes automatic. A daily habit doesn't mean hours of work, it means regularity. 3. Track your progress. Use a calendar, a journal, or an app. Seeing your progress, even small wins, keeps you motivated and gives you a reason to keep going. 4. Forgive mistakes. Everyone slips. You'll miss days. Don't let one missed day turn into a missed week. Don't aim for perfection, aim for consistency over time. 5. Celebrate small wins. Reward yourself when you stick to your habits. Enjoy the progress. That positivity fuels further consistency. Chapter 5. Consistency is character. In the end, consistency isn't just about habits. It's about who you become. When you commit to something every day, you build discipline, confidence, and self-respect. Every time you show up, even when you don't feel like it, you're proving something to yourself. I can be trusted. I keep my promises. I don't quit easily. That's powerful. People may admire talent, but they trust consistency. The reliable worker, the honest friend, the person who shows up again and again. That can be you. Chapter 6. When it gets hard, stay. Anyone can be consistent when things are easy, when you're excited, when the sun is shining. But real consistency is tested in the dark, in the moments when life gets hard, when the motivation is gone, when doubt whispers in your ear. Here's where most people quit. And this is exactly where transformation begins. Let me tell you about Raphael. Raphael was a musician with a dream. He didn't want fame, he just wanted to make one great album. He promised himself he'd write a new song every month. For the first 5 months, he was on fire. His creativity flowed. The melodies came effortlessly. Then his father got sick. Between hospital visits, stress, and sadness, Raphael felt drained. Music no longer flowed. He wanted to stop everything. But instead of quitting, he made a new promise. Just 15 minutes a day, not to create a masterpiece, just to show up. Some days he only sat in front of his guitar and strummed random chords. Some days he cried more than he played, but he didn't stop. 1 year later, he finished the album, and when people listened to it, they said it had something special soul. Consistency during good times is habit. Consistency during hard times is courage. Chapter 7. The Boring Advantage. We live in a world addicted to excitement. We want new things, fast things, exciting things, but success often hides in the boring things. Waking up early, repeating the same drills, writing another paragraph, practicing the same pronunciation. It's not always exciting, but it's effective. Consider Olympic athletes. What separates a gold medalist from the rest? It's not just talent, it's the ability to repeat the same training thousands of times, over and over, day after day. Greatness is built in the boring. Same goes for language learners, artists, coders, entrepreneurs. The people who win are not the ones who chase excitement. They're the ones who embrace the process. They understand this truth. Boring things, done daily, bring brilliant results. Chapter 8. Identity through repetition. There's something powerful that happens when you do something consistently. You start to become the kind of person who does that thing. Consistency shapes your identity. You are not just someone who runs sometimes. You become a runner. You are not someone who writes once in a while. You become a writer. You are not someone who studies English occasionally. You become a fluent speaker. Every time you take action, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. The more votes, the stronger your identity. Ella used to tell herself, "I'm not confident," but every day she pushed herself to speak one English sentence out loud. Just one. Slowly, she started to believe, maybe I am brave after all. And eventually, she wasn't just learning English. She was building a new version of herself, one who spoke, expressed, and didn't hide anymore. Consistency is not just about achieving a goal. It's about becoming someone new. Chapter 9. Consistency fears perfection. One of the biggest enemies of consistency is the obsession with perfection. So many people stop because they think, if I can't do it perfectly, why do it at all? But that mindset kills progress. Here's a better question. What if you allowed yourself to be imperfect, but consistent? Daniel wanted to start a podcast, but he hated the sound of his own voice. He kept recording and deleting episodes. Nothing ever felt good enough. Then someone told him, just release one episode a week, even if it's messy. So he did, and guess what? His first 10 episodes were, okay, not amazing. But by episode 25, people started noticing. By episode 50, he had a growing audience. If he had waited to be perfect, he would have never started. Consistency beats perfection every single time. Chapter 10. Systems Goals. Goals are exciting. Lose 10 kg, speak English fluently, finish a novel. But goals are not enough. Everyone has them. What makes the difference is the system you follow. A goal is your destination. A system is your daily route. Think of it like this. Goal: read 24 books this year. System: read 10 pages every night before bed. Goal: get fluent in English. System: practice speaking 15 minutes daily with a partner or APP. Goal: build a successful business. System: reach out to 5 new potential clients every weekday. If you focus only on the goal, you'll feel frustrated when you don't see fast results. But if you focus on the system, results will come naturally and consistently. Chapter 11. Protecting your consistency. So how do you protect your consistency long term? Here are some proven tips. 1. Make it easy. Remove friction if you want to exercise. Put your workout clothes out the night before. If you want to read, keep your book beside your bed. 2. Link it to a habit you already have. Example: after brushing your teeth, do 2 minutes of English listening. This technique is called habit stacking, and it works wonders. 3. Create a don't break the chain calendar. Mark an X every day you stick to your habit. Over time, the chain of X's becomes so satisfying, you won't want to break it. 4. Tell someone. Accountability increases consistency. Share your goal with a friend. Even better, do the habit together. 5. Allow flexibility, not excuses. Life will interrupt, that's okay. Adjust when needed, but don't disappear. Remember the rule: never miss twice. Chapter 12. Real stories. Real change. Let's finish with a few stories of how consistency quietly changed lives. Maya, a single mom of 2, wanted to improve her English to get a better job. She didn't have hours of free time, but she had 20 minutes while cooking. So every evening, she played English podcasts while making dinner. 6 months later, she could understand full conversations. 9 months later, she got promoted at work. Not because she was lucky, not because she was a genius, because she was consistent. Omar, an introverted teenager, wanted to become a better speaker every day after school. He looked in the mirror and practiced speaking for 10 minutes. He recorded himself, noticed his mistakes, and tried again the next day. 1 year later, he gave a speech in front of his entire school and nailed it. Lena, an artist, struggled with self-doubt. Her sketchbook was full of half-finished drawings, so she made a rule: draw something every single day, even for just 5 minutes. At the end of the year, she had filled 7 sketchbooks, and for the first time, she called herself an artist with pride. Conclusion: the path that changes everything. So, what is the real power of consistency? It's the power to change, not just to change your skills, not just to change your habits, but to change your story. Consistency turns chaos into clarity, dreams into daily actions, wishes into results. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't need to be the fastest. You don't even need to be the most motivated. You just need to be someone who shows up every day, a little at a time. That's enough. Because if you do that, consistency will take care of the rest.